My work as a stills photographer for the past 20 years or so, I have had to deliver stories to editors the world over. From covering stories about the missing rebel children during the El Salvador guerrilla war, to post-war conflict situations in Bosnia and Kosovo, to the stories from the South Africa's post-apartheid Truth and Reconciliation Commission, I would say that I have long-term experience of gathering facts, producing and of being on the ground documenting these stories. Truth and Lies won several awards. Most of the projects I've worked on have required that amount of immersion or creation time in and around the subject matter. After Truth and Lies, my direction changed a little bit, a natural progression, coming out of the complexity and the layering of the stories and me needing to use the documentary form to fulfill this. The first film documentary I worked on was a personal story. I found a lost strand of the family in Ukraine who'd been kicked out of Latvia. The second film project I worked on was about Heron Identity alongside Martin Rosenbaum of Lone Star Productions. The documentary film that moved me hugely last year was Virunga. I had been on the DRC border in July last year. The film brought that all back to me, the tension, the palpable fear. I thought the filmmakers were incredibly brave in the making of that film. I loved their focus on the three main characters. I thought it took you on an emotional ride with equal doses of drama and sensitivity. It was a beautiful film. The documentary filmmakers who first influenced me came from opposite ends of the spectrum. Leni Riefenstahl's Triumph of the Will, I can still see the opening scene of the sound of the plane engines coming through the clouds in her inference to power. The 9.5-hour film that Claude Lanzmann made about the Holocaust called Shoah. The chilling story of the little boy who had to play his violin to the Nazi officer in a boat over a river littered with corpses. Chilling. And then I have seen most of Nick Broomfield's films. The portraits he paints are memorable for their entertainment value, for their insights into the personalities themselves, and for the getting of the story, coupled with the frustration, the letdowns of the making of the film. His personalised style and his distinctive personal presence as the quiet irritant, the buffoon, the sympathiser, mark his turf. Kevin MacDonald's film Touching the Void touched me. I loved the dramatic and reconstruction in the mountain scenes, as well as the interviews against the neutral background. I like the film Marley as well. James Marsh's Man on Wire, the inclusion of the early quiet footage of Philippe Petit practicing on a makeshift tightrope rig in the French countryside, in contrast to the act of the death-defying tightrope walk against the imposing Manhattan skyline, was brilliant. Thank you.